Good evening, hello, and welcome back to the channel. We have got an old machine tonight. This is the Project AWP Bullseye. We must be going back to, I don't know what, 1990, 1991, something like that. This is an old machine, and there is a batshit emptier on it, which I had no idea existed until fairly recently, to be honest with you. Had this one explained to me. Took me a bit of going to get it right. For a while, I thought it didn't actually work, but I finally clicked with it, and I know what I'm doing now. So we're going to empty Bullseye, and just to give us a little bit of a decoration, ornamentation here, we've got dear old Jim Bowen sat on that speedboat that they inexplicably gave away as a prize on the show to like Mick from Bolton. Hello, Mick, where are you from? I'm Mick, I'm from Bolton. I live in a 2-up, 2-down terraced house in the middle of town. Oh, well done, Mick, you've won a speedboat. Oh, fantastic, I've always wanted a speedboat. I'll put it in the back lane next to me fucked Ford Fiesta that I can't afford to put petrol in or tax, and just look at it. I mean, not that it was ever the good prize anyway. If they gambled for Bully's star prize and won, they'd pull back the curtains and it'd be a load of shit, wouldn't it? Oh, well done, you've won a day at a health spa for you and your family. You can have all the baths that you want and we'll put hot towels on you. Then if they didn't win, if they gambled, oh no, have a look at what you could have won. They pulled back the curtain and there was like a Rolls Royce back there filled with diamonds or something. It was a good show. Oh, unlucky, you could have had the Rolls Royce filled with diamonds, but you haven't. You've got nothing. Fuck off with your bus fare home. That was it, wasn't it? Something like that. Anyway, it was a good show, and this was a good fruit machine. We've even got little Jim Bowen there, little smiley Jim Bowen on it. And what we're going to do is empty it. So we've got the 10p £6 ROMs here, which is slightly suboptimal. The method is exactly the same on the 20p and the 10p. It just tends to let you get it a little bit easier on the 20p ROMs, but these are early 10p ROMs, and the guy was saying that he's been trying to get hold of early 20p ROMs for this forever. Like ever since Fruit Machine emulation was a thing, he's never found an early set of ROMs for this, or an early 20p set of ROMs. So what we're going to do is use the 10p ROMs here, but like I say, fundamentally the method is exactly the same. It just plays a little bit more of an arse about it, because obviously your stake to prize ratio is substantially increased on a 10p play. So this has actually already done what we need it to do, in that it showed us that it is skill shot happy. Now I know I missed a jackpot there. It's happier than it needs to be honest. I did get it in a fairly content mood, shall we say, but it is prepared to nudge in a jackpot. But what we're going to be doing here is far more impressive than a jackpot. So as long as it is offering the skill stop, you can actually do it. So I will actually let it go into the feature, thinking about it, because we know it offered me the skill shot there. I could have had the skill shot. So once you know it's offering you the skill shot there, that means it's in a state where it will eventually do what you want it to do. Then you just need to get into the feature by any means, including by the skill shot. And what you may have noticed there is that I was playing the machine. Now I just want to kill this off with nothing here. What you may have noticed is that I'm playing the machine 10p at a time, and that is really important. Once you have ascertained that the machine is skill shot happy, you must play it 10p at a time, because we never want to have more than a single credit in there, and you will see why when this eventually does what I want it. Oh God almighty. Well, it eventually does what I want it to do. It doesn't matter that I'm missing it. That's no biggie. We're not worried about that. So we'll get into the feature. And what I'm after here is one very specific thing. I need to hit a mystery, and I need to get the 20 for Bull off the mystery. That is the one thing that I'm after, and what I do not... And it really can make hard work of it. It doesn't like to give it, so So go. Let's try and hit it this time. Oh God Almighty, we'll hit it. We'll hit it next time. It doesn't really matter. So it should be prepared to put us in the feature fairly. Right, I want to hit this first time now. Yeah, we are. Game on, please. We're on the game. Obviously, just need to hit it first time. Don't wait for a second swoop up. Just go for it. Is obviously the way to do that. Now, come on, miss. Now, what I don't want to do here is get a bullseye, and it will. So if it puts me on bullseye, you'd plug it on the real machine. That would be a plug scenario. Or could you spark these? I don't know if you could spark these or not. Where's that 10? There it is. Right, first time. There we are. Game on, please. Let's have another go. And you can do this a lot of times. It was so unwilling to do this that I was kind of messaging the guy back and saying, I don't think this works. It just won't do it. It will not give me 20 for bull. And he's like, no. It can take a while. It can take a while. But it will do it eventually. And true enough, I persevered with it. And it did give 20 for bull. The guy, here we go. Game on, please. The guy was saying that they used to do these back in the day, that they would hit seasides, the seaside arcades. Now, that's not actually what we want. We're not interested in that. Him and a mate would go to the seaside and they'd come on, 20 for bull. No. And they would do like a whole day shift. In seaside towns like Skegness or whatever, and they would just look for these machines and they would empty them, and they'd be doing this for so long that they'd missed the game on, please. They missed the last bus home, and because they were miners, hotels at the time wouldn't want to put them up, but they found like a friendly local family who would put them up. That was how into these things they were, and that was how much they were worth doing. So that has come there, I've got to say, a lot quicker than I had it before. I got 30 odd quid into this yesterday on 10p a go, playing at 10p a time before it caved for a 20 for bull. So I did give it a little bit of autoplay last night, and then saved the layout with that RAM file. So it's had a bit more cash through it, but make no mistake, this can take a lot of money through it to do that. So now I've got to hit 20 for bull. I've got the start button wedged here, by the way. That's why I've got my space bar pressed down. So I've got the button wedged. That's why it's not doing anything. And I don't actually have to hit this. I can miss it, but I'd rather not. There we are. That's fine. Now we get our bullseye. Now, obviously, we never miss on the first one. So that's 3 quid. That's fine. That's what we want. And now, here comes the next bit, and this is the really superb bit. So, you can see what we've done up to now. We've got our bonus. We know it's skill shotting. We've then played for the feature 1 credit at a time, because this is the other thing. You have to get the 20 for bull off the bonus, and you have to get it with no credits in. So we played it till we got the 20 for bull. We collected out our bullseye, and now it goes back into attract mode because we had no credits in it. Now, obviously, when we put a credit in, we're going to get our repeat chance on the bullseye. That's fine. That's what any machine would do. Where you had a repeat chance on your last credit, when you put a credit in, you would get your repeat chance. That's fine. But watch this, because there's a very, very particular thing you can do on this, and this is what you need to do. So the machine's back in attract mode here, as you can see. And now, see there. Now, do you see what it said? In attract mode, it was saying you need 21 for bull. Now, I've missed that, and now look at that. What the fuck is that? Now, what I'm going to do, I need 21, so I'm going to try and hit it on the 6 down here. Now I'm going to wedge. Then I'm going to sort of let off and wedge as quickly as I can. Like doing a skill stop on a JPM to get it to go 1 square forward. So wedge, let go, wedge. Wedge, let go, wedge. There. And that's it. And we can now keep doing it. For some bizarre reason, it then goes down to £2.40. God knows why. And then we can collect our £2.40 out. It's going to go back into attract mode because I'm playing this with 10p's. You need a 10p coin input. So I'm ready on the 10p insert button here. And you wait in attract mode here. It's going to go hit the top, game on. And then what we do there, the value on... So 21, it's 21 again. We get our repeat chance. Repeat chance. Now we need 21. So all you've got to do here, you've got to make sure you can get it within 2 darts, and you've got to make sure you don't bust. So, and off the first dart, as long as you can still get it with the second dart and you haven't bust, you can then wedge it for the second dart. So 21, obviously 7 and 19 are safe here. So even if I miss the 7 and hit the 19, it doesn't matter. So wedge. Let go wedge. Let go wedge. Let go wedge. And it does it again. And that's another £2.40. Now, if you can't quite see what's happening there, is out of the attract mode, you go in for whatever figure you have on the attract mode. That's what you need to get off 2 darts, effectively. So always pick a number that's bigger than 20, because then you can't bust. So 21, it has done 21 again. That's fine. So, and what will happen is, so it misses. Sometimes you actually get a genuine repeat. So I can't bust now. I'm fine. I can't bust on the first dart, and I'm going to be able to get it within 2 darts, because even if I hit the 1, I then need a 20. But what it does, you just hit the first one and wedge it, and then it jumps to the number that you need to get the rest of the total. So if I say let's hit 14, it's then going to jump to 7. So I'm going to hit 14 and wedge. So, oh, I'm going to hit 11. Okay. So after I let go now, you're going to see this jump to 10. At the minute I've got the button wedged, I'm going to let go and wedge again. Let go, wedge. It's going to jump over to the one that I need. I've got this wedged again. Let go and wedge. Let go and wedge. And you've got the bullseye. And then you get another £2.40, and you can keep doing this forever as long as you only put in 1 credit at a time and you don't fuck up the actual bullseye thing there. So you've got to be able to get it within 2 darts, and you can't bust. They're the only things that we hit. What's it going to give us this time? It's going to give us 21 again. Let's get it to go round again, because it can pick different numbers off that, and you can get yourself in a situation. Like I went in needing, I think, something stupid like 32 or whatever it was, and then I hit too low of a number, like I missed and hit a 7, and then it's 21 again. So obviously you can't then get that. I had to get like 25 with a single dart, which you can't do. So at that point it went to bust, and it had gone. I also then had too small of an amount left. I think I had to hit, 12 or whatever it was, and then I hit a 19 and busted. And at that point, it's gone, and you've got to go right back to the start. So, but as long as you're sensible about it and do it like that, it can just keep doing that. And that's another one. And you can do this until you've taken all the money out of the machine. So you need to have a big bag of 10p's with you. But in essence now, we've got a full empty on this machine. So let's see if we can get it to do an amount other than 21, because it sometimes starts with different numbers, you see. It's only doing, for some reason, it's only doing 21 here. I don't know why. So don't get the repeat. So I can be super, it doesn't really matter where I hit it, because it's always going to be able to get it off the second dart. But I hope you can understand by what I'm saying in the total that you go into that with has to be achievable within 2 darts, and you can't bust. If you do either of those things, it then will bust you out. It won't give you a repeat, and the cycle is broken at that point, and you then have to go right back to the start, get it doing 30 off the skill shot, get 20 for bull. There we are. Oh, now. Oh, I can't do it now. You see, I just now, that's it now. I've busted, because I can't now get it within 2 darts. Do you see? So it doesn't even matter if I hit 20 now. And that's it. It's... Christ, what's it doing there? I don't know. Yeah, there's clearly some glitchy thing going on there. So you can see there straight away what the problem is with that. And so That was silly. I meant to do that on like on 25 or 27 or something like that, but I've just been so used to putting it in directly on the 21, and I've now bust it. And it may not be, and this is the thing, because if they're not free wins, this is going to be in a bad mood now, isn't it? But I mean, you did see it there. It's not doing the. It's got to be offering skill shot. If it's not happily offering you the skill shot here, then that means it's never going to give 20 for bull. So it may put you into the feature, but if it's not doing the skill shot, then it's not going to happen. Oh, there we are. So that's so it was offering the skill shot then. So now theoretically, I could get it to do it again. How long it's going to take for that, I don't know though. But I don't think I need to be honest, because you did see it there. You saw the whole thing there. And you can, as long as you don't do anything desperately stupid, game on please, desperately stupid like I did, you can just keep doing it. The other thing that you've got to do is not let it force any kind of win on you here. If it doesn't look like it's going to happen, there are some features that you can just kill off quite easily and get nothing off. Others will give you a win of some description. So yeah, I think find the cash you can get nothing off, shoot the loot you can get nothing off. There's one other in there somewhere, I can't even remember which one it is. And if the machine's fairly happy, of course, it can just give you Bullseye as well. Any of those things happen, you'd need to plug it in real life. In the emulator, you can just use Control R, and that will reset the machine for you. And I suspect it's probably not going to want to give me another 20 for bully, because I don't think they're free wins. I think they're I kind of get the feeling that they might be accounted for. Let's have a look. Oh, no. Okay. Maybe they are free. I don't know. So I've got back in. So, and what I'll do here, I'll demonstrate the other thing as to what happens if you miss the 20, because it gives you the try again, and what you can do is wedge it and it will jump to the other number that you need. So what I'll do here is hit it on the 18 or the 4 or whatever. I'll deliberately miss it. Okay, I've got it wedged. Wedge, let go, wedge, it'll give me try again, it'll jump to what I need. Wedge, 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 let go, wedge. And then let go, wedge, and you've got your Bullseye again. And we're then in. Bullseye, it was £3 the first time, wasn't it? How bizarre. Clearly some strange shit going on in the code here. And then, so now, of course, because we've been playing 10p ago. Oh, whoa. I didn't have a credit in, did I? I think I had a credit in. Did I have an extra credit in? I might have had an extra credit in. And if I did, it's not going to do it. I think I had 1 credit too many in. Oh, let's see. We'll soon find out. So require 4. This is what I was going to do last time. I was going to let it take a spin like that and then go in when I needed 26. Ah, and you can see there, yeah, because I had 1 extra credit in, it's not done it. So that does show you how precise you have to be with that. So what I might do is just get it ready one more time. We'll just see that method work a couple of times more, and then that one's wrapped up. But I found this one quite a fascinating one, a real old kind of relic that was live at the time. I had no idea there was an emptier on this, and I was a pretty gobsmacked. When it worked for the first time, I have to say I was pretty gobsmacked. I was like, wow, that would have been a mad one to have when it was live. And like I say, this guy was saying that they would make long days out of just traveling around, doing these machines anywhere they could find them, scoping out entire seaside towns. And, you know, it was worth it, because if you think back, these were popular machines. Project, I think, sold a lot of these because they were very popular in pubs. They were very popular in arcades. And if you could get to, you know, if you think about how seaside towns used to be, with the density of arcades and the density of fruit machines that they had, you know, if you know, let's say, you know, every arcade had 1 or 2 of these, and every single one of them could be emptied, and you're emptying it of cash. That's the other thing to remember here, is you are actually emptying it of cash, so that there's no token diddles going on, you are getting all the money out of the machine. So actually, I don't think I need to get this. I don't need to get the 20 for bull setup again. We have seen it. I think it's fairly straightforward. Hopefully, from that explanation, it is fairly straightforward now as to what you need to do. This layout is out there. It should be available for download. I don't know if it's got a 10p input on it. You will need a 10p input on the layout to try this for yourself, which is easy enough to add. And do be prepared that as downloaded from a RAM clear, it could be, in my experience at least, 20, 30 quid away on 10p a go from allowing you to do that 20 for bull thing. So do be prepared for that. Because I'd almost thrown in the towel with this. I'd almost given in, but the guy was like, no, just stick with it. It will do it, and eventually it did. But I used autoplay to soften the machine up and get a decent whack of cash through it. Probably just going to bust me out here, is it? Okay, there you go. I think I did go round sort of 4 or 5 times, didn't I, with the loop, and which I promise you that will last infinitely as long as you don't get anything wrong, which of course I did. So there you go. That is Bullseye. That's an old machine. That's what, 26, 27 years old, that machine. Fascinating one to see. I mean, and it looks to me for all the world like that is a code error. That's a bug in the code. It kind of takes attract mode into the repeat chance. Some of these things some of these things that I'm showing on the channel, I have a hard time believing that they're not just straight up corruption, that they're not just bent and that those things are put in deliberately. This one is quite the opposite. It looks for all the world to me like somebody at Project just made a mistake in their code, and you can see that very specific thing whereby as long as you've got no credits in the bank when you get the Bullseye, you can then take the attract mode into the repeat chance with you. Quite a fascinating one to see. But there you go. That's Bullseye done. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that interesting and entertaining, and that I will see you for the next video next time. But cheers for now. Goodbye. Right, I was a bit annoyed with getting this wrong last time, so no messing about now, and we'll just properly go round a few times and show that it is an infinite emptier. Because I'm just slightly cross with myself when I premature coin insertions, shall we say. So we'll go round a few times and see how much we can actually take out of this, just to kind of properly demonstrate that it is an infinite loop. So what amount is it going to give us here? 21. So we know 21. We know how that works. That's fine. And then it really doesn't matter what you hit here. It just doesn't matter. And I'm not going to muck about because I did describe it pretty well. Hopefully I described it pretty well last time. So you're kind of comfortable with what the method is. And this is perhaps designed to be a demonstration of how you would do this quickly if you were doing it in the wild. Because if you had a lot of these to do in a day, God knows how many you might have been able to find in a single season. So 41. So now we didn't do this last time. So that should go down to 26 now then. So I've got to make sure. This is where it could go wrong, you see. So let's say, for the sake of argument, I now need 26. So let's say that I hit the 1 there. I would then be left with 25. So I couldn't do it. So the safe area here is any of these here, because I can then definitely get the rest of the 26 with my second dart, you see. So it isn't a complete no-brainer. You've got to keep your wits about you slightly to make sure that you can get it within 2 darts and that you don't bust. That's another 240, and it doesn't take long. Fortunately, it goes into attract mode pretty quickly. You get your 240 out very quickly, and then you can keep just going round. So there's no reason. So 21, that's fine. This is probably the easiest one, actually, because you can just hit it on anything. You've got no fear because you can't bust out, and you're always going to be able to get it within 2 darts. certainly when you start from the 41, you can get it wrong in several ways, as I demonstrate the first time round when I just got a little bit overexcited and put it in at 41. I put my credit in at 41. You can't get 41 with 2 darts, so that was done. Okay. So what are we on here? 21 again, that's fine. That's the easiest one. So we can be completely reckless here. Just press, wedge, press, wedge, press, wedge, press, wedge, and we're going to get our bullseye. And we're doing this no nonsense here. This is just to take all the cash out of this machine as fast as we possibly can, because we are running this kind of like a business. We're not doing this for fun. We're just trying to get all the money out as quickly and efficiently as we possibly can. I would suspect that this is possibly one of the less attention drawing ones, because you never, so 41, so we'll let that go down to 20. I mean, you could get it another one, I suppose. So 14 now then. I've got to be slightly careful here, haven't I? Because if it's 14, so yeah, so I'll probably want to hit the 8 and the 8 and the 11. That gives me a nice target. And there we are. Wedge, 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 wedge. So it is possible. You can see there, it is quite possible to get this wrong and break the loop. And when it can cost you 20, 30 quid playing at 10p per 10p a go, 10 and 1/10 pence at a time, if it can cost you 20 or 30 quid to get that 20 for bull back off the bonus, that is a fairly big sting. So what we are, 21, good. We like 21. That's a nice easy one. And on this, we just don't care. And you will notice that it doesn't always start. It doesn't give you the same segment of the board each time. So it's not always exactly the same thing that you do every time. And it can give you a different selection of numbers, which could potentially make it a little bit more awkward. And remember, and you do have to wait for this exact point in the attract mode. And we did see before that if you go too early and go in with 41, as I did, it's all over. So is that going to... Oh, it's actually gone a little bit... There we are. Let's have a look. And what have we gone in at? 21. Good. We like 21. That's a nice easy one. I haven't had a natural repeat yet. And let's go to 11. Yeah. Yeah. So what we can see here is that when you're not faffing about at all, you can actually get the money out fairly quickly. I mean, I haven't actually timed this, but we're probably getting £2.40 every, minute or so, are we? Something like that. And I don't know how much cash these things would have had in the tubes. Not a huge amount. I don't know, what the hell? 60 quid in cash, something like that. I've just done it again. I've just done it again. See, and there we are. So I've nutsed it. Stop on 30 for bullseye. That's not going to happen. So there you are, and that was just stopped concentrating for a split second there. Did exactly the same thing. I put the credit in on 41. Bang! At that point, I can't do it. And yeah, put the credit in on there on 41. You can't get 41 with 2 darts. It's bust. So I didn't actually do much better there. But you see that I got 20 quid out in just a few minutes. It took me, six minutes, if that, to get 20 quid out. So multiply that up. You could be done, I guess here. You could, once you actually got it doing it, you could be done with the whole thing in maybe 20, 25 minutes, something like that. But you'd have to add on to that the amount of time that it could take you to get that 20 for bull. So there was a fair amount of time involved with this. I think it would, like I said, I think it would take 20, 25 minutes from when you first get the 20 for bull to get all the cash out. And that's plus whatever it could take you to get that, which could easily be another half hour or so, or more than that even. So, yeah, you could be on this for an hour per machine at least, I would think, would be a reasonable amount. But anyway, there we go. I still fucked it up in the end anyway, but I did at least get a little bit. I was just going around quicker just to kind of show how quickly you could do it. I'll just tack this on to the end of the other video and just upload them as one. So that's Bullseye. Still got wrong, but we've seen it done a little bit slicker until I inevitably made a mistake again. I'll see you next time.